Thank you, Matt Walsh. This video ain't brought to you by nothing. I want to see if they change the algorithm if I say that or not say what it's brought to you by. But anyway, like and subscribe to this channel on the YouTube. Also download the podcast on all podcasting platforms. Link is in the description section. Y'all know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, Matt Walsh did his thing on Dr. Phil's show in an interview that they did with Matt Walsh and people who are supportive or who are pro gender confusion is what I call it. It's gender confusion. These people are asked the question, what is a woman? And nobody can answer the question. And many of the people other than Matt Walsh are saying anybody can identify anything as being a woman. Is up to the eyes of the beholder. Well, if anything, any definition can be woman, then nobody's a woman. And the reason that I say that is because if I say that being a woman has nothing to do with the reproductive organs, like that doesn't count to be a woman. And that if you just feel like you want long hair, that's a woman. And that is exactly what a woman is. And the other person say it has to do with female reproduction. Then these two people would be arguing about what's a real woman and what's not a woman. You ain't a woman, but I'm a woman, but that person is a woman. This person is not a woman. A woman can actually have male genitalia. Then before you know it, you're in a world where nothing makes sense. But I want you to hear from Matt Walsh, and then I want to play a video of people in the community who are also pro gender confusion and what they're saying, and I'll digest it at the very end of the video. Roll the film.
That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel. Actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl, well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology is that no one who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. It's like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't. Because it's not for me to say. Womanhood looks different for everybody.
What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female.
And what does a female mean?
Well,
how do you define a female?
Someone with female reproductive organs.
Okay.
Someone who's, here's the thing, when you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, we could dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were because it's ingrained in every fiber of their being.
That should be the end of the discussion, shouldn't it? Right? DNA. That's a female male. I wouldn't say female male. It's a female male, not a man and woman, or whatever you call it, a female male. And the reason I say this is because there's a difference in the English language of gender and sex, right? Gender is normally a term associated with words, the masculine, feminine gender of words, language. It has nothing to do with your biological sex. Your biological sex is whether or not you are a man or a woman, whether or not you have XX chromosomes, which is a woman, or XY chromosomes, which are assigned to men in DNA. The very DNA of who you are is what make you that thing, not what you think.
You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood.
So they can't give an example, right? They all over the place. He pretty much said, you said trans women are women, but you can't even define the word woman. It doesn't make sense to me or Matt. You're the one who used the term woman. So what do you mean by trans women are women? They are what? You feel like that the word woman is so ambiguous, then why even use the term? Why even use the term? Because you can't even, why can't you say trans women are men? It's confusing. I'm gonna let the person say it so you can see how crazy they are.
Is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not
but
myself.
You used the word. So what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right. So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. I can't do it. I'm trying to let him talk. But look at this dude. What exactly? Let me think of it. It's the appropriation of what they would consider to be social constructs of gender. This is the appropriation. Why would you have long hair and then have a beard? Well, intentionally putting those two together to appear as non-binary, using male socially constructed identities and also then turning to using the female socially construct identity. That's pretty much what they're doing. This is not how you're naturally. This is what you produce. This is not what your voice sound like. This is what you have produced. You're either lightening your voice by taking hormones or whatever, or you intentionally are sounding, you're making your voice sound softer like a woman. Because a man don't have a softer voice. You wasn't born with this type of voice. And I don't understand why people can't put that in perspective, where you're born a certain way. That's who you are. Now you may want to identify a certain way. That's what you identify as. That don't make you the thing that you want to be. If you were born with XY chromosomes, you are a man. You may want to identify as a woman. That's fine. You need to acknowledge that you are identifying as a woman. That you don't just somehow become a woman. Okay.
Includes people
That
who
describes what?
people who identify as a woman.
All right, let's go for it. Let's talk to the people in the street.
Identifies themselves as a woman.
A woman is someone that identifies as a woman.
It's who you identify as.
If you identify as a woman and you feel that, like, in your soul and in your mind you're a woman, that makes you a woman.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. Gets the people going.
Someone who has decided that they feel like a woman.
The complete ability to be fully who I am in whatever space I want to be in.
Being a woman means having the choice to choose what being a woman means to each woman.
You don't think we're legit?
A woman, whoever wants to be a woman. If you want to be a woman, you're a woman. And the funny thing is that tell that to a medical professional. When you have to have open heart surgery or you have to have some type of surgery where they need to know what organs are inside of you, if you need an organ replaced, if you are now found to be pregnant, you can't just say, oh, no, I'm not a man, so you can't operate on me because I'm not supposed to have babies. I guess they conflate that too. I guess men can have babies too. But this is the confusing part of what these people are saying, and it's the most depressing part, that people in our society actually believe this stuff. Because the same people that are saying this are claiming that there's a gender wealth gap. Oh, wait a minute. Who are you to say that these people are women? Who are you to say there's a wealth gap between men and women? It's a social construct. Are you saying that there's a wealth gap between the feminine and the masculine? Because you definitely can't say it's a wealth gap between men and women, because men and women are subjected to the person that's identifying as it. It's crazy to me. But they make up these terms, they create these falsehoods because they're cowards. I mean, it's cowardice. Not the person, but the action. It's cowardice. You don't want to offend somebody. That's why you take this position. You don't want to offend. You don't want somebody to feel uncomfortable. So you take the position that makes them feel comfortable. Well, anybody can be a woman. Now, just say it like this. This is where they run into a problem, and they would easily, they would easily have a conflict with this. If a man showed up to a pro-choice thing and said, I don't think women should do this, and they will say, you can't say that because you're not a woman. And if that man says, no, identify as a woman, no, you don't, they won't accept it. They won't accept it. Think about this for a minute. If a man like me is standing here and I say, women, if I say women should not serve in a leadership position, if I said that, they go, you don't know what you're talking about because you're a man. I'm saying, no, I'm a woman. I'm identified as a woman today. They will discount my experience as a woman to make that judgment for women. Why? Because in reality, I ain't a woman. Where's the time limit of when you are supposed to be justified as a woman? Can I identify as a woman today and identify as a man tomorrow? Can we flip back and forth? Every other day, I'm a man or a woman. And therefore, I can do women things on the day I identify. This is why it's crazy to me. Because I can say I'm a man today. Tomorrow, I can say I'm a woman. The next day, I can say I'm a man. And then I could go into the women's restroom if I say I'm a woman. who's the judge of when I can identify as which? And can a person be a man, identify as a woman, then decide later in life to re-identify as a man? Listen, it's so confusing and that it makes absolutely no sense to be this way. This is the reason why you have so much confusion with trans and all this other stuff. Because a trans man, I think a woman to man, isn't going to look like a woman, right? Their hair growing out. No, they take hormones to grow facial hair, to project the image of the construct of a man. Why? If there's no genders, if gender binaryism is realistic, then why do you need to identify as the projected image of a man? Just like the trans women or whatever, the men that turn into a woman, they grow long hair. They take hormones to appear feminine. Like what? Like a woman. They don't say, I'm a woman, but they have all the same appearances as a man. If biology has nothing to do with it, then why are you changing your biology or your anatomy to fit what you're trying to identify with? That's why I think these people have gone off the deep end. If they really felt like, oh no, on the inside, I'm a man, but on the inside, I'm a woman, well, just look like this and just identify as a woman. Because there's no such thing as male and female. It's subject to who feels what. These same people will reject me as a woman because I don't look like a woman. Anyway, I can go down the rabbit hole for 45 minutes. But these are things that we should be concerned about, especially in the subject of children. They're brainwashing children into believing this, and they grow up confused and delusional. And we live in America, so you can do whatever you want in your personal life. But when you start making other people abide by your personal decisions, that's when it becomes a problem. Comment in the comment section. Let me know if I'm tripping or am I on to something. Are these people the ones who are smart and progressive and aware with reality, or is B. Tatum the one lost? But you tell me which one. They right and I'm wrong, or I'm right and they wrong. Comment in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one. I'm out.